My name is Cari Palazzolo and I'm 29 years old.
Are you a party animal? Go out a lot?
No, I went bowling at Dark Bowl last night
Well,
with some friends. I think that I had my order of drinks out of order. Didn't listen to the cliche, beer before liquor. I enjoy good beer and obviously I like to play soccer when I'm not injured. You know, I really love the outdoors. I love to camp. And I just went on a massive road trip with my girlfriend for an entire month. We went camping at parks across the western half of the US. It was awesome. I find it, you know, it's useful just to get out of town for a little bit. That sometimes is enough. Going on little adventures. But yeah, I've had many moments where I'm just like, I want to move out to the country. I just want to get out of here. Yeah, I think you're right. The older I get too, I feel like, you know, it's less about what's hot on the street and more about kind of finding some sort of peace with nature or something like that. I don't know. I do this thing where I like get a job and save up a lot of money and then can't stand the job anymore after like 1 or 2 years and leave, and then I like hang out on my savings and then I run out of money and then I have to get a job again. It seems like it's the periods when I'm not working full-time jobs that I'm the most productive. There's actually a lot of me and my sister's art are hanging on the walls.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I did this in college. And that. There's a bunch in there too that me and my twin sister did.
What'd you go to school for?
We went to school at UT for studio art.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that come second to music, or is it something that you go back and forth?
It's kind of, yeah, I think I go back and forth, and art is kind of ingrained in the music because I do all of the album art and, you know, web graphics, etc. Me and my sisters have always drawn ever since we were kids. That was kind of, I don't know, since we were wee babies, we've always made art. Sometimes I don't feel like making music, so I'll draw. I don't know, it's a nice break sometimes. Different mode of expression, I think. I guess I do like minimal music. I think I tend to, for instance, I tend to go crazy with layers just because I figure why not. And it's like this need to see what everything sounds like together, or build it up to create this like monster. And I really respect artists who are able to not do that, or hold back and restrain. And I love art and music like that. I find it difficult to get there to that point. It's like impossible for me to resist adding things. But I want to get there, and I think as I age and progress, I'm getting closer to that. I'm able to like calm down and not go so crazy on the layers. Fancy Feast was came out of like a angsty persona that an angsty side of me that I hadn't early on in college. I had this feminist kind of realization. Like music for me is kind of like the way that I talk and communicate. I personally feel much more comfortable expressing myself through music or art than through words. I started playing piano when I was about 8 years old. I took lessons for several years. Then I kind of, didn't like the lessons anymore and wanted to stop playing. And in high school, actually, my freshman year of high school, I went to a talent show and saw this girl playing guitar. I think she was playing Where's My Mind by the Pixies. And it blew me away, and I wanted to play guitar immediately. So I stole my dad's classical guitar and taught myself how to play guitar. I prefer the life of the recording artist.
Yeah.
That's my preference, but I still love playing live. It's fun, and there's definitely like a thrill in playing live that I enjoy. But I think that the idea of, recording and then showing that to people is a little more my style. I think, in my earlier days, I was really concerned about selling out and having your music be licensed for commercials. I was very adamantly against it. But now I'm finding that, okay, I need money.
And this
Those
is what
people,
I'm good at.
yeah, I don't have to fully sell out, I can still control a lot of where it goes. For some reason, a lot of sexy commercials have used our music when there's like some sexy woman taking a shower.
Oh, really?
When our music is playing. In fact, there's been 2 commercials that have used a couple of our tracks for that purpose.
What was that?
There was like a Kim Cattrall commercial for Dove, I believe. She's like taking a shower, and there's Thin Lines, which is this piano track from one of our albums, is playing while she's like showering. There's no like nudity or anything. It's just like this sensual experience. In fact, if anyone is watching, help me make some money and write the music to your sexy soap commercial. I can do it. I promise.
You're immune to any emotions at all. You act like you're better than everyone. It's giving us a chill, but it's no fun. Yet you apologize for what's sick for Shout out to any ladies rock camp people out there. Yeah, what? Can I get a what?
Bel Air is predominantly my main pursuit, and then I also play keyboards and sing in Jason from Bel Air's band. It's called JC and Company. It's me, him, and then our drummer Matt, who also plays in Bel Air.
Right.
And then we have another guy on bass, Phil.
So it's just a difference of who writes the songs, kind of?
Pretty much, yeah.
You do the bulk of the writing in Bel Air?
Yeah, I think it's probably, you know, me 60, and then Matt and Jason, you know, 40, something like that.
Is that the longest running band you've had?
It is, yeah. I guess we've been at it now since 2004, so it's been 8 years. We haven't really been ever, like, funded.
Sure.
Besides the albums being put out by our friend Daniel Perlicki, who runs Indie Rect. He's kind of managed us and promoted us in the last few years in Austin since 1996.
Has living here shaped the sound music you make, you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just the exposure to music, you know. I started going to shows downtown when I was in high school, and a lot of punk rock shows, ska, and actually a band called The Anniversary really was kind of my obsession when I was in high school. Their first album, Designing a Nervous Breakdown, was a pretty pivotal album for me, and after I heard it, I wanted to make synth pop, and that kind of, which was a break from what I was doing, which was just playing kind of, you know, guitar, electric guitar. They actually made me want to go back to my piano days and start experimenting with synthesizers and keyboards and stuff, which was cool because then I got into synthesizers, and that's a whole other beast. In college, you know, you get so overwhelmed with information and you just want to tell everybody and change the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got pretty into it, and I think that I needed to let a lot of that angst out, so I created some music that was like influenced by, number one, dance parties, dancing, and then number two, sort of playing with the fact that I know that it's an unfair game. But then I kind of calmed down, and that turned into Bel Air. So there's still like melodically Fancy Feast, I think is really similar to Bel Air, just because there's so much melody. I'm obsessed with melody. It's all a melody. I want to see how many melodies I can throw on top of each other. But Bel Air really is way more refined because I'm working with Matt and Jason, who are able to kind of like, you know, should we do that there? Kind of add a different insight. Yeah. I would love to do more. Things I would like to do. Electric Light Orchestra, have a show where it's just like covers, where not us playing covers per se, but trying to nail some of those songs. Perhaps ABBA. I don't know, something really obviously very ambitious, but taking several classical standards, you know, like Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, Haydn, get like some of the most popular pieces and adapt those for like a Bel Air live performance. So you'd hear Bach on synthesizers and guitar and drums. I think that, I don't know, I love going to shows and seeing bands that try to pull it off. JC and Company actually played in Houston with this band, Buxton, who covered Talking Heads, and they nailed it. And it was like an enormous show at the Continental Club, all these people were there. It was just super fun, you know, like. So I don't know. There's something in like playing songs that people are familiar with. It's almost like a karaoke experience. There's still a lot of good music out there, you know, and new bands that I love, but I tend to be blown away more by the older sounding music. It has that warm analog sound. And perhaps because it happened so long ago, it's more enchanting to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a purist when it comes to like steps, in terms of capturing the sound. I don't really play with that many effects. I like reverb. I'm very much like an instrument to the amp person. As long as those two pieces are decent and sound good, you know, like that's what I want to go with. I'm not interested in a lot of pedals. I think they're fun and appropriate in a lot of places, but that purity is important to me, and that kind of goes the same with my recording process. Like, I'd rather perform it, record it,
and it's done.
Done, yeah.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, and there's, you know, a lot of great things that you can do, and people have helped me with gear and all of that. But if you have a decent microphone, I think that almost is enough. Really good mic, and record it, you're good to go. If I had the means, I would only record via tape. But digital is so easy and convenient and affordable. Yeah, the limitation is, especially for me, useful. Digitally, you know, you could add like 32 tracks of harmony.
Do you walk around with these melodies in your head, or do they only kind of come out once you start messing around?
I definitely, I sing a lot in my head. I definitely walk around with the melodies in my head. And then when you start, you know, translating that through your fingertips, then you start to, you know, it starts to evolve and actually turn into something, but the melodies are always there, like, not haunting me per se, but definitely sort of in the back of my head, like, they're there with me. And sometimes it's annoying, because I just want to stop like repeating this melody in my head. And I can't get it out of my head until I sit down and I figure out, okay, this is going to be a song. I have to make this a song.